The cook obeyed, but as the inner parts were rinsed in the water, 2 tiny pieces slipped away and floated downstream. The stream carried them into the big river. There, they flashed in the sun and turned into 2 small goldfish. 18 seasons passed since Queen Naya was swallowed by the river. One morning before sunrise, a fisherman set his net on the river and sang a short song to keep fear away. When he pulled, the net felt heavier than fish. Inside the net, 2 goldfish slapped the mesh. The fisherman knelt, hands shaking. Standing where the net lay were 2 tall, beautiful girls, about 18 years old, with hair like sunlight on brass. Their eyes were blue. The taller one spoke gently. "Baba, do not fear. You have done a good thing. Take us to the king. We will speak for you, and you will be rewarded." The fisherman's mouth was dry. He nodded. They walked toward the palace together. The palace guard stared when the fisherman arrived with 2 strangers whose hair glowed in the morning light. By the time they reached the courtyard, the king looked at the girls and felt something move in his chest. He did not know them, yet he knew them. The older girl bowed. "My king," she said, "we are travelers with a poem for your ears and a matter for your heart." The king loved words well spoken. He nodded. "Say your poem." The girls stood side by side, voices steady. 2 trees grew where truth was buried. Their shade cooled a father's head. Their trunks were cut and burnt. The fire rose, the twigs were spared. A goat found life in what remained. 2 little kids with hair of gold were taken and the stream was stained. The river kept the story safe. 2 flashes turned to fish of light. 18 seasons rolled like drums until we walked back into sight. My king, look and see. The daughters you lost have found their way. Your queen still lives in river's hold. Bring drums and nets. Bring her today. Silence held the courtyard, then broke like a god. Women covered their mouths. Men looked at one another. The old witch stepped forward quickly, leaning on her stick. "Empty play," she snapped. "These are tricksters with wet tongues. Send them away before they shame this palace." The king raised a hand. His eyes did not leave the girls. "Mother-in-law, this matter is mine." He went down the steps and stood close enough to see that the girl's eyes were the color of his wife's eyes when she laughed. "Guards," the king said, voice low but firm, "call the rivermen. Bring nets. Beat the drums that wake spirits. We go to the river now." At the river bank, drummers formed a half circle and began a slow rhythm. The fishermen cast their biggest net. The girl stood at the edge and spoke in a tongue no one understood. The water bulged, and inside the net was the queen, now a great shining fish, drawn by her daughters' voices. Before the crowd's eyes, she shimmered back into her human form. The king asked for forgiveness and reunited with his family, while the old witch and her daughter were banished into the wild forest, never to return. The king and his queen, with his 2 beautiful daughters, lived happily ever after.